Right now, somewhere in your city, a woman is giving birth in her own bedroom. Soft light, familiar walls, the people she loves most close by. No rush, no countdown, just her body doing what it was built to do. You might assume this is unusual. It's not anymore. It's one of the fastest growing choices in modern childbirth. And once you understand the reason, it stops feeling unusual at all. Every mammal on this planet seeks the same thing when it's time to give birth. Not a bright room, not a crowd. Safety, privacy, familiarity. A space where the nervous system can fully let go. Humans are no different. Your body is built the same way. Here's what almost nobody tells you. Labor is run by hormones, and those hormones are exquisitely sensitive to environment. Oxytocin is the hormone that drives contractions forward. It's often called the hormone of love because it's the same one released during intimacy, during bonding, during moments of deep safety and trust. It rises in the dark. It rises in quiet. It rises around familiar faces. And it doesn't flow well under bright lights, with strangers walking in and out in a place that feels clinical instead of familiar. Dr. Sarah Buckley, a physician and researcher who has spent years studying the hormonal physiology of birth, describes this beautifully. When a woman feels safe, unobserved, and unhurried, her body produces exactly what it needs, exactly when it needs it. Adrenaline, the stress hormone, does the opposite. It's the hormone built for danger, for fleeing a threat, for fighting your way out of harm. Under adrenaline, blood moves away from the uterus and toward the arms and legs, preparing the body to run rather than to labor. It can slow contractions down or stall them altogether. That's not a design flaw. That's the body protecting itself exactly as it should when it senses it isn't safe. Which means the opposite is also true. Take away the sense of threat and the body stops bracing. It softens. Oxytocin rises again, uninterrupted, and labor moves the way it was designed to move. So the environment isn't just a preference, it's physiology. A quiet room isn't a nice to have. It's often the difference between a labor that flows and a labor that fights itself. There's a third hormone worth knowing. Endorphins, the body's own natural painkiller, rise right alongside oxytocin during undisturbed labor, dulling pain and even producing something close to euphoria in the final stages. Interrupt that rhythm with fear, bright lights, or a stranger's hands, and the whole hormonal cascade can reset. Leave it alone, and the body keeps building toward the exact moment it needs to. That's the real meaning behind natural birth. Not an absence of care, not a rejection of support, a birth that unfolds the way the body was designed to let it unfold, in a place built for calm instead of urgency. Think about where birth actually happens in nature. A cat finds a closet. A deer finds thick brush. Every species instinctively seeks out a den, somewhere enclosed, quiet, and safe from threat. Midwife and author Ina May Gaskin has spent her career studying exactly this instinct in humans. Her research, gathered over decades of attending home births, shows the same pattern again and again. When a woman is calm, supported, and undisturbed in a space she trusts, her body knows precisely what to do. That's the heart of it. Pregnancy was never meant to unfold in a place built for emergencies. It was meant to unfold in a place built for safety. And for most of human history and for most of Scripture, that place was home. There's something worth sitting with here. In Genesis, the body is described as fearfully and wonderfully made, formed with intention, not by accident. Psalm 139 goes further, describing a woman being knit together in her mother's womb, every part deliberate, nothing left to chance. If you believe that, then a woman's body wasn't just given the ability to carry life. It was given the ability to bring that life into the world. It was given hormones perfectly timed to build labor step by step, a pelvis shaped precisely to open and shift, an instinct that knows, without instruction, how to move, breathe, and push. That's not a flaw to be managed from the outside. That's design, engineered from the beginning and trusted to do exactly what it was made for. So why does home birth feel so unfamiliar today? Because for the last century, birth has been framed almost entirely as a medical event, something to be scheduled, monitored, and managed from start to finish. That framing has done enormous good for pregnancies that need it. But it also quietly rewired what safe means in most people's minds. Safe became a hospital room. Convenient became a due date on a calendar. And the idea of birth as a normal, God designed process, one a woman's body already knows how to do, started to fade into the background. Home birth is simply a return to that original idea, not instead of safety, as safety, redefined in the place Scripture has always centered as sacred, the home, the family, the gathered community of trust. Picture what that actually looks like. She moves freely, following whatever position her body asks for. She eats when she's hungry, rests when she needs to, labors in silence or with music or with prayer, playing softly in the next room. Someone experienced sits with her, present but unobtrusive, watching quietly and checking in without taking over. There's no clock on the wall dictating how fast this should go. There's only her rhythm and the space to follow it, trusting the body she was given and the God who gave it to her. Psychologists and childbirth researchers describe something remarkable happens under these conditions. Sociologist Christine Morton, who has spent years studying birth experience, has found that women who feel calm, trusted, and in control of their environment tend to describe their births in strikingly different language, not just as manageable, as empowering, as deeply connected to their own bodies rather than separate from them. That's the piece that gets lost in the noise. This was never about choosing danger over safety. It's about recognizing that safety was never only found in a building full of machines. Sometimes it's found in stillness, in familiarity, in a woman's own home, surrounded by the people she trusts most, and by the quiet conviction that she was formed for this exact moment. Somewhere in your city right now, a woman is giving birth in her own bedroom. Not because it's risky, because for the first time in a long time, she's found the safest place of all, exactly where her body, fearfully and wonderfully made, was always meant to be.
This is Stickman Science. If this video made your brain do something interesting, hit like. And if you want more of the strange science hiding inside everyday life, subscribe. See you in the next one.